Someone says, I saw a text come through to her phone from one of my friends regarding what mattress she wanted. Turns out that they had been out for the night drinking, got back to her house, and tried to have sex. He was too drunk and couldn't get it up, so they gave up and fell asleep. He then proceeded to piss the bed. I always felt like that was karma at work. So let me get this straight. This dude's chick tried to cheat on him, failed. The guy she tried to cheat with pissed in her bed, ruined the bed, now has to replace the mattress, and they got caught. That's definitely some great karma. Stick around until the end of this episode to hear Redditors expose more cheating assholes. Welcome back to Ask Reddit Mondays on Redditainment. Today's post comes to us from this user and it reads, how did you figure out your significant other cheated on you? It's been posted about 20 hours ago and comments are still flying in, but let's see if we can find some good ones. First comment says, throwaway account to protect the innocent. Social services called me to discuss my children's safety because my wife was going out with a registered pedophile. Needless to say, we're no longer married. Ouch, that must sting. Not only was she cheating on you, but with a registered pedophile. Next comment says, my 16-year-old neighbor at the time came to sit by me and asked what's wrong. I was upset about a certain financial situation my wife had gotten us into. So as I was going to explain my situation, before I could speak, she says, is it because your wife slept with your brother? My heart immediately went to my throat and my stomach knotted up. I was in shock. Not only did I have no clue, but my 16-year-old neighbor was the one who had to break it to me. That situation escalated rather quickly, going from thinking that you have financial issues to realizing that there's a whole new level of issues you now have to deal with. Another comment says, I had a friend a few years ago who was a private detective. He specialized in investigating marital infidelity. He told his client to take up a hobby. It didn't matter what it was, pottery, yoga, an evening course in basket weaving, whatever. The important part was that every week, on a specific day and time, the client would be at a class. Then he'd tail the spouse. Slam dunk. That's a pretty genius move if you ask me. The odds of the spouse meeting up with whoever they're cheating with at those times, knowing that you'll be gone, probably very likely. This commenter says, I work during the day and my wife at night. After my wife left for work, my 4-year-old stepdaughter told me that her dad, my wife's ex, and mom took a shower together. Wow, we got a great role model mom here leading by example, and leave it up to the little kid to have no filter. Here's another one. She received a WhatsApp message in the middle of the night and the light from the notification was bothering me. I just wanted to get rid of the notification when I saw it was a reply from a message she sent that said, good night, my love, and the dude replied with a, I love you. Someone follows up, did you two break up? It's been a little more than a year, and yeah, she's out the house and we signed the divorce paper 2 months ago. We were together for almost 18 years. Wow, I'm speechless. I can't imagine being with somebody for 18 years and being played like that. That's wild. This comment says, got a call from her dad at 11 p.m. asking if I knew who Scott was. I was a bit confused until he said, well, my daughter's with him at the movies right now. I'd recommend you give her a call. Turns out she met him on Tinder and had been seeing him for a couple months at that point, before her dad caught on. I always thought he didn't like me, and maybe he didn't, but I always appreciated him giving me the heads up. And shout out goes to the father-in-law of the year over here that would throw his own daughter under the bus to give this guy a fair warning. Alright, let's do a couple more for today. This one says, I've posted this before, but here goes again. 15 years in, and I find texts on her phone. Completely blindsided. No clue she had it in her to cheat. Told me it was just texting. Begged for forgiveness. I caved. A month later, checked the phone bill to find that it never stopped. Confronted her again. Cue more begging and more denial on my part that she would let the life that we had built go down in flames. This went on for a few months. So many promises. One night, I caught her on the phone when she thought I had left. Suddenly, it's not just texts. Sometimes it was phone calls too. Just a friend she could talk to that she let things go too far with. Promised to break all contact. Swore it was never physical. Then I found emails. She detailed things that made me sick to read, but also included descriptions of his house. She broke finally, but swore it was all just in the line of duty. That's how she met, you see. Visiting nurse service, and this guy was a client. Promised she was done. Loved me, you see. No chance she was going to let 15 years go like that. I wasn't buying it anymore though. She announced she was going out one night with a work friend. Promised they were only going to the bar, then she'd be home. Maybe late, but not too late. She had taken over her own phone account by then, but wasn't bright enough to understand that Google Latitude was still showing me where she was, and I wasn't about to show my hand. She kissed me goodbye and beelined right for his house, and was there until the wee hours of the morning. Once I knew where she was headed, I called her dad and my best friend to keep me from doing anything dumb. I will love them both forever for keeping me calm while my world went fucking insane all around me. My father-in-law offered to stay with the kids and wait for her to get home. Around 3 a.m., while couch surfing my buddy's place, she sent me a nasty text asking where the fuck I thought I was. I texted her a screenshot of her little GPS dot at her boyfriend's and let her know I'd be sending her some paperwork soon. Boom! Caught red-handed. Bitch. One thing is for sure, that this guy's gonna be much better off without her lying ass in his life. And last one for today. Found 2 condoms and 1 condom wrapper in the pocket of a pair of my husband's pants while doing laundry. We had stopped using condoms years before this. Yes, we're divorced. Love without trust and respect simply isn't enough. What a great way to end this episode. Couldn't agree more with the last line, that love without trust and respect simply isn't enough. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to read more comments, I'll leave a link in the description down below. At the time of recording, we're now approaching 5,000 comments and counting, so I'm sure there are many more stories in there that may be entertaining for you to read. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Don't